Hello, Brick Sculptors. Welcome back to Brick Sculpt. This is Chris, and today we're going to continue on our giant Lego pencil build. Now, off camera, I took the entire thing apart. Well, not really. I took the sides apart. So I now have pieces like this. Wow, this barely fits in frame. But I have sides as opposed to a giant pencil right now. I did that because this is one of those projects that's definitely a lot of one step forward and two steps back to make progress on it. I needed to get in there and rebuild it. Now, the original long section I made was just the pencil body. I didn't account, sorry, my Ticonderoga is green. I didn't account for the little metal ferrule here, and I didn't account for the eraser either in building this structure. Now, I did build an eraser, but it wasn't tied in, and I took that apart too. So I now have sections of the eraser, sections of the pencil, but I had to build the ferrule. Now, just playing around with some parts, I made a little bit of a mock-up of what that's going to look like. You see the ferrule has a green section, yellow stripe, green knurled section, yellow stripe, and green again. And I kind of played with the proportions, and I think this is what it's going to look like. I think I'm going to use this for the knurled section unless I can find something better. I'm going to have to shop around for some parts, but it's going to look something like this. And that was the length that I decided I was happy with. So it was kind of join like that onto the pencil. Now, that meant I had to lengthen each of these already ridiculously long sides or shorten the body of the pencil, and I didn't want to do that. The main reason I didn't want to do that was I've also been working on the lettering, and I've finally kind of nailed down what I want to actually put on here. It's not going to have these nice large spaces. I thought about cutting off Ticonderoga where this got sharpened down, but I do want the full brand name showing because that is kind of part of the build. So I'm going to have it say Ticonderoga. I am going to have a number 2, and I am going to make it say soft. There's just going to be a little less spacing here, but there will be spacing nonetheless. Let me show you what I've done recently with the lettering here. So this is what I pulled off of there. Some people had mentioned I should make the O's and the C wider, so I did. And so here we have the entire name of the pencil, and I did play around with the 2 as well. On the actual pencil, the 2 is in a hexagon. I'm doing an octagon. Shh, don't tell anyone. That's actually going to go this way relative to the soft symbol. So we're going to have soft. The number 2 actually goes up here, and Ticonderoga will go over here. But this was just the base plate I was laying everything out on. Now this is all the scrap 1x8 tiles I have left in yellow. It is not going to be enough, but the question is, how many more will I need? So I don't want to order any more of these until I know, because I have ordered hundreds of these, and they get expensive, and it's a piece that outside of this pencil I'm not going to use a lot of, so I don't want to have to over order those. Anyway, we got our name. We need to put this back on the pencil. I pulled everything off, and I stripped one of the sides in order to do this. But I'm going to show you how I lengthen these sides and give you an idea of what the future will hold for this pencil. Bring some parts in here. All right. So I basically need to make this much room in between my eraser and the body of the pencil. And so what I'm going to do first, got my Star Spangled knife, got my brick separator. I'm going to pull this apart, and I'm going to build in the middle here a combination of plates to lengthen this. Just like that. I know somebody is saying, why the heck are you using a knife as a brick separator? It's because I'm lazy and it works well. Sorry. You can do it with the new style brick separator, but I prefer the knife. I know you guys probably hate that, but you know, my Lego, my rules. Anyway, I'm going to reinforce the back here a little bit. Yeah, let's get that one out of there. I was running low on pieces when I built this eraser part, so I may have to change some of this out. And I will have to work on the clips on the back as well. I'm going to need probably 2 more clips in here on each side. But that is the length of the body now. Let me see if I can zoom out here and get this all in screen, just so you can see just how long this thing is. There you go. That is the overall length of the side of this. And this was one of the main motivations for a new, larger, better build station. This was already getting too big for my other one, and on this one, holy cow, it's huge. So I need to continue this scalloped pattern. The way I do this is I alternate 2x2s and 1x2s, and this is going to allow when the sides come together to kind of hide some of the edge gap. Now this piece, I should note, you are going to see a tiny bit. So you're going to have a little bit of edge bleed, and I know I have white and I know I have gray. At this point, it's a matter of using the parts I have accessible and cheap. These lime green pieces will not be seen. If I really wanted to make this next level, I would change all these out with yellow or tan. I could show kind of the wood on the inside. But I'm not that worried about it. You barely see it, and it's going to look great either way. This project has turned a little bit expensive, so trying to use parts smarter is not a bad thing. So here you can now see that we have that right space to fit that in there, and we can build our ferrule for our eraser all the way around. Now, in order to save you from having to watch me build all of these, I was nice enough to do the other ones off screen. So these are already done. These 4 are basically the same. Some of them have a few less tiles than others. I apologize for that. These ones are all the same. Actually, these are all the same. But I did have this one here is short of tiles, and then this one here is completely naked, and that's because this is going to be the one that has the writing. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting the lettering on there. I'm going to start up toward the tip. I think I'm going to leave a 8 gap between the tip and the start of Ticonderoga, so it's going to be 1 8 long tiles worth right here. The name Ticonderoga, which goes 56 studs, which is the length of 7 8 long tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the logo is going to go that long. Our ferrule will go to here. So I have to fit the soft logo in here and the number 2. And I think it will look good. It's going to be a little crowded, but I think I can space everything out and still make it look good. So I'm going to put this in a time lapse here and start sticking some letters on here. Now, I will warn you, I'm going to have to change part of the structure of this edge, which will also may have to change possibly part of the structure of 2 of these edges that are going to meet up with it. The reason being is, as I do these letters, some of them aren't going to fit the pieces in the gaps properly of these teeth. But we'll see how it works out. I may have to change some of this out and eliminate some from the other side. Let's go ahead and get started. there you have it. It's all written out. It looks pretty good. Obviously, I got to get these pieces in green, but I'm pretty happy with that. A lot of progress made here. There's always going to be tweaks, so we'll see. I need to work on the underside for sure, and I'm going to have to work on these pieces that go next to this because I added some 4-wide plates in here, and that's going to affect how these two butt up. So I'm going to have two specific sides bordering each edge of this one. So I got to work on that too. I'm going to need to order quite a few pieces to get this stuff here to make the ferrule. But overall, good progress. I'm not going to put it back together today because I don't want to take it apart again. So I want to make sure I have the sides fully done before I re-stick it back together. Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. I hope you like this update. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you have any questions, please leave them below. I'll do my best to answer them. That's all I have for this time, and we will see you next time.